Assalamu alaikum. I'm Amna Justiswali and I'm currently doing an online ACCL course at Rohan School, Lahore campus. My today's topic is sorry, tracing the roots of apology. And I'll be asking some questions about the topic to Kalmaya. Stay tuned and let's start. So, my first question is,
I'm all yours.
what does the word sorry mean?
I'm ready. At its core, sorry is about acknowledging pain, whether you caused it or you're just witnessing it. It's a way of saying, I see that this hurts and I care that it does. It can be a full confession of guilt or sometimes just a way to soften a blow, but it always starts with that recognition of distress.
And Maya, when did you sorry. Why do people apologize when they make a mistake?
It's basically a social peace offering. When someone says sorry, they're signaling that they value the relationship more than they value being right. It's a way to bridge the gap after a mistake and reassure the other person that things can go back to normal.
Okay, Maya, where did the tradition of saying sorry came from?
Let me dig into that for you. The word sorry actually comes from Old English serig, meaning distressed or full of sorrow, and it's related to the word for painful. Interestingly, using I'm sorry as an apology didn't really take off until around 1834. As for apology, that comes from the Greek word apologia, which originally meant a speech in defense or justification. Think of Plato's Apology of Socrates, where Socrates is actually defending himself, not saying sorry. It wasn't until the 16th century that the meaning shifted to expressing regret.
Okay, Maya, and how has the meaning of sorry changed over time?
It's shifted from deep grief to a general social tool. It started as a word for true sorrow or physical pain, but over time it became more versatile. Now we use it for everything from a heartfelt confession to a polite way to interrupt someone or accidentally bumping into a stranger. It's gone from being a statement of internal pain to a way to navigate social friction.
And Maya, why is apologizing considered a sign of good manners?
Because it's basically a signal that you're aware of other people's boundaries. When we apologize for something small, like accidentally stepping on a toe, we're telling the other person that their comfort matters more than our mistake. It turns the potentially tense moment into a shared understanding, and it shows that you're taking responsibility for your impact on others, regardless of whether the mistake was on purpose.
So, is saying sorry enough to fix a mistake? Maya, is saying sorry enough to fix a mistake?
Mm, honestly, not always. A sorry can clear the air, but it usually doesn't fix the actual damage. For a mistake to really be repaired, the apology needs to be followed by a change in behavior or an effort to make things right. Words are a great start, but action is what actually does the heavy lifting.
So, why do some people find it difficult to say sorry?
For a lot of people, an apology feels like a loss of power. It can feel like you're admitting you're the bad guy in the story, which is a tough pill to swallow. Plus, for some, it's just plain scary to be that vulnerable, fearing that saying sorry gives the other person total leverage over them.
When should we apologize to someone?
Whenever you've caused someone pain or crossed a boundary, regardless of whether you meant to, that's usually the best time to step up and acknowledge it.
Can saying sorry make conflicts easier to solve?
Absolutely. It's like a pressure release valve for a tense situation. Second, someone says sorry, the other person usually stops feeling the need to defend themselves, which opens the door to actually solving the problem instead of just arguing about who started it.
And how do children learn the importance of apologizing?
It's usually modeled for them first. They watch how the adults in their lives handle mistakes, but it often starts with a nudge from a parent. Over time, they realize that while saying it might feel uncomfortable at first, it's the fastest way to get back to playing.
So, should we always apologize even when we are not completely wrong?
That's where things get tricky. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're apologizing just to end a conflict, it might feel like you're giving up your truth, which can actually build resentment over time. But on the other hand, you can apologize for the impact of your actions without agreeing with the other person's version of the facts. Saying, I'm sorry or hurt, acknowledges their pain without you having to take the blame for something you didn't do. It's more about protecting the relationship than deciding who's right.
So, how do different cultures express apologies?
Let me look into that. It varies quite a bit across the world. In places like the US or Germany, apologies are usually direct, where you state the mistake and take responsibility. But in more collectivist cultures, like in many Asian countries, the focus is more on repairing the relationship and maintaining group harmony than just assigning blame. In Japan and Korea, for example, bowing is a huge part of it, and the depth of the bow actually shows how serious the apology is.
Can a written apology be as meaningful as a face to face apology?
Because it gives someone the space to process things in their own time. Writing it down also forces the person to be a lot more intentional about their words, which can make the apology feel more sincere than a quick heat of the moment face to face conversation.
So, what makes an apology feel genuine?
Usually comes down to taking full ownership without any butses. The second someone adds a justification or tries to explain why they did it, the apology starts to feel like a negotiation. A genuine apology focuses on the other person's experience and includes a clear plan to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay, Maya, so what is the most meaningful apology you have ever received?
Since I don't have a personal life, I haven't actually received an apology myself. But from everything I've seen, the ones that actually stick are the ones where someone admits they messed up without making it all about themselves.
So, my last question is what message would you give people about the importance of saying sorry sincerely?
The biggest takeaway is that a sincere apology is less about the words and more about the respect behind them. It's about showing someone that their peace of mind is more important to you than your own pride. When you say sorry sincerely, you're not just fixing a mistake, you're telling that person they matter. And that's the fastest way to turn a conflict into a stronger connection.
Okay, Maya, thank you for your call and thank you everyone who watched it. I'll end the recording and I'll end the call as well.